Welcome to episode 3 of the DraftKings Life Podcast with Jason and Meg. I'm Jason Jones, Senior Recruitment Marketing Specialist.
And I'm Meg, Talent Acquisition Associate. How you holding up there, Jonesy?
I'm hanging, enjoying quarantine life from sunny Boston, Mass. How's upstate New York, Meg?
It's good. It's snowing here, so that's good in April, keeping me on my toes. But other than that, we made it through another week, so we're good.
Love it. Nice. This week's guest is a longtime odds maker from Las Vegas. What's your name and what do you do at DraftKings?
Hi, it's Johnny Avello, Director of Race and Sports Operations for DraftKings. What do? I do the majority of the interviews for DraftKings to spread the word on what's new and exciting in in our wagering world. I assembled a team of traders, odds makers for retail to make betting opportunities for our patrons. I work on with the retail team on a daily basis to acquire new locations and to get those locations up and running. And I'm the commissioner of our championship series, which is a year-round contest that we run in various locations. So, that's some of the stuff I do. As owner Matt Kalish called me, who's my boss, he called me a Swiss Army knife. And I think that's a compliment, right?
It's gotta be.
Well, welcome, Johnny, to the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Today we'll be running through some questions to get to know more about your DraftKings experience. So I'll just start by asking you, what is a day in a life like for you here normally, and how has that changed for you during, shelter in place or working from home?
Yeah, let's revert back to some of those things that I told you I do. For DraftKings, I'm still doing the interviews, multiple interviews every day. Still meet with the retail team, as I spoke of, and we're looking at things, in the short future, the medium future, and the long-term future. And the trading team meets daily also. So not a lot's really changed for me. It's just that we don't have quite the content that we've had in the past, but we're working on it.
So Johnny, let's take it back to the beginning. What drew you to DraftKings?
I'll tell you what drew me to DraftKings was that it's, besides just being an outstanding company, this has such great talent, and I wanted to work with some of that young talent. I'm 67 years old. And I've brought down the average age at a company. I brought it up, I should say, the average age at a company. But
you're 67 years young.
I'm 67 years young.
Love it.
Anyway, I just wanted to work with this group. I wanted to explore sports wagering throughout the country. It was only in Nevada at the time, and since we were going to expand and try to be in as many states as we can, I wanted to be part of that.
Well, we are blessed to have you at the company. And when you started, what's something that stood out to you and what surprised you?
I think what surprised me was that, the company, as small as it was, how much could be accomplished, in the course of a day, a week, a year. I mean, when we put our mind to do something, we get it done. And whether that's if even sometimes in crunch time we need to get something up in a couple of days, we get it done. This is more of a tech company than anything else. And when you have those kind of smart engineers around, you can sure get just say, hey, we need this, and get it done with all hands on deck.
Definitely. So I've been out to Vegas, as have, I'm sure, many of our listeners. I'm pretty new to the sports betting world, and while I try to keep up, I'm sure there's also some people out there who aren't as familiar with it. I'd love if you could break down for us just a couple questions about odds and some other things like that. So, what are odds and how do they work? We hear 2-to-1 or 20-to-1 all the time. What do those numbers actually mean?
Well, let's talk about 2-1 and 20-1, as you mentioned. 2-1 means that if you bet one, you would win two and get back a total of 3. 20-1 means if you bet one, you'd win 20 and get it back a total of 21. So pretty simple when it comes down to just a 2-1 type of odds.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was simple.
Yeah,
so,
really
and so, Johnny, what are betting lines? And so when I hear a team is plus 500 or minus 1,000, what does that mean? Also, like, what's a spread?
Well, first of all, Jason, we have betting lines because not all teams are created equal. And I'll give you an example of that. If we had the Miami Dolphins playing the Patriots and we said just pick the winner, well, that's pretty easy, isn't it? I mean, the Patriots are going to win that game, although they've struggled with the Dolphins from time to time.
It's always in Miami. Always in
Yeah.
Miami.
But for the most part, they're going to win 9 out of 10 of those games, so that's easy. But to make those teams equal, we put up a point spread. So let's use those teams, Dolphins, Patriots, and with the Patriots playing at home. Spread this year would have probably been about 17 points. So therefore, now the Dolphins are getting 17 points. So the question is, will they lose by less than 17, or will the Pats win by more than 17? So it's an equalizer on the spreads. Those other numbers you referred to as plus 500 is actually reduced down to as simple as form as 5-1. So anytime you see plus 500 with 5 with 2 zeros, that's actually 5-1. Now minus 1,000 is that is 1 to 10. So here's what that means: bet $1 on plus 500, win $5, collect a total of 6. Minus 10 or 1,000 as it's written, put up 10 to win 1. Now that sounds like a big favorite, doesn't it? And that's exactly what it is. That would be betting the Patriots to beat Miami straight up without any of those points I mentioned, the spread, to make those two teams equal. So that's what the minus is always, you have to put up more to win a lot less.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks. So I used to help with hiring in Las Vegas. I know how great the group is out there. I was out there actually a couple of times and hung out with you guys and got to meet everybody. But so I know what makes the office special in my own opinion, but you being there all the time, what kind of stands out to you from the Las Vegas office that makes it special to you?
Well, first and foremost, it's all about the people. We've assembled just a great group, and you were part of that, Meg. It's an outstanding group, and the area that we're in is called Town Square, and it's a special kind of place. It's very bright, it's comfortable, and our new offices are just appealing to anyone that walks in.
Definitely.
Fantastic. And so, what types of talent do you look for to fill your awesome office space?
Well, in our offices in Las Vegas, we have the customer experience team, we have the fraud team, we have the casino and sports trading team. So how about all of those places, all of those departments? They're the ones we're going to need to fill, because as the company's expanding, we're going to need more people in each and every one of those departments.
Agreed.
Definitely. I know we recently even started hiring a couple engineers out there to help on some of those teams too. So it just feels like it's finally coming together and we're getting to grow that office space to its full potential, even throughout what's happening right now. We made 2 great hires this week, and it's really exciting to see, that change. So, speaking of the teams that are out there, how do you collaborate with other teams at DraftKings on a day-to-day basis?
For me, that's an everyday thing. There's just so much talent in the DK family. I need to tap into that knowledge quite often. So I have phone calls with the guys back east. If I need some help on a new project, know who to call and get the answers. And the whole team's just very responsive at all times.
Great.
That's great. So Johnny, can you tell us more about our DK casino product? What kinds of cool features is the team working on, especially with all the major sports leagues on hold?
I'd say the casino side is actually going gangbusters, at this time. They really are. They offer Live 21. They offer an array of slot machines. And the guy who heads that up is Jason March. He's just an outstanding guy, does an outstanding job finding new content. I know they were working on some virtual reality games, and they were hoping to have something up within the next 2 or 3 weeks.
That's awesome. We'll definitely have to get Jason on the podcast at some point to talk more about that team, but it's cool to see what they've been working on for sure. Great. Okay. So last question I have for you before we move on is, what's one piece of advice you would give to a candidate who's looking to join the DraftKings team?
I would say be prepared to have the best job of your life and work with a collaboration of great people with great attitudes. And if that's not enough to bring you on board, then what can I tell you?
That's a good answer. Good answer. Yeah. Great. So next, we can move into the 2-minute drill section of the podcast where we are going to ask you lightning round questions about what makes you Johnny, and we will go from there. So the timer will start now. Let's start with, where are you from?
I am from Poughkeepsie, New York, the first 24 years of my life. And I've lived the last 42 out here in Las Vegas.
Awesome. What college did you go to?
I went to Dutchess. I went to Poughkeepsie High School, then Dutchess, and then a gaming management school in New York City.
Awesome. What's your favorite casino game?
I think that's craps. I dealt it. I love the game, and it's a fast action game.
Definitely. What is your go-to drink order?
My go-to drink order is Cabernet Sauvignon, and a good one from the Napa Valley area.
Oh, well done. What's your favorite thing about the new Las Vegas office?
I think it's the amenities, to be honest with you. It's the amenities inside the office and the amenities outside the office in that town square area.
Awesome.
Awesome. Are you watching anything on Netflix or TV right now?
I am. I'm watching The Plot Against America. It's on HBO. It's really really a great show, and I'm enjoying that immensely. Nice.
About 30 seconds left. Early bird or night owl?
Well, I used to be a night owl, but no longer. I'm up early every day. I'm an early bird now.
Awesome. Yeah, same here. Best place to visit in Vegas?
That would have to be the Bellagio. From their themed gardens, which are changed out the different times of the year, to the outdoor water experience.
Nice. 9 seconds.
Let's do, if you had to pick a food, tacos or sushi?
Tacos.
Oh, that time.
Easy.
Johnny at the buzzer.
Yeah.
Great. Nice work. Awesome. Well, thank you, Johnny, so much for joining us today. You've really been awesome. It's been so great hearing your DraftKings experience.
Yes, thank you, Johnny. And we're going to close out our podcast by asking you, Johnny, what's a motto or mantra that you live by every day?
I am a follow-through guy, and I expect others to follow through. So if you say you're going to do it, do it.
Sold. I love it. I like it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Johnny.
Thank you so much, Johnny. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to follow us on all of our DraftKings Live social media accounts. Tune in next time, and please be kind, be safe, and take care.